Hello job seekers, welcome to dayjob.com's channel, which is here for your career. This short video is all about applicant tracking systems, or ATSs as they are also known, and how to beat them. It's designed to help save you time, effort and a lot of head scratching. The first thing you have to remember about applicant tracking systems is that they are everywhere. And I mean everywhere. They are here to stay and not going anywhere. These automated pieces of software act as robotic gatekeepers and are used by many recruiters to receive, store and search job applications. The reality is that to get your dream job, you have to go through them. It's as simple as that. So let's start with the problem. It's the old story. You see a job, apply for it and hear nothing back. You've done everything right, so what went wrong? Well, there's a good chance your CV hit an ATS wall and was rejected before a person even saw it. So, what's the solution? Well, the good news is that because an ATS uses algorithms to read documents, CVs can be customized to make them search friendly and ATS compliant. However, to get highly ranked in any database trawls, you must firstly tailor your CV to the job being applied for, and secondly, write your CV for two audiences, the ATS and a human being. How to beat the ATS? You can do a number of things to optimize your CV and get it highly ranked by them. Remember, it's easier for a recruiter to reject a paper than a person, so make yourself a person. Beat the ATS using the points listed on this page, the main one being to customize your CV to the job you are applying for. This is an excellent way to stand out from those who send the same CV to every job. The key point is to find the skill sets required and be sure to include them in your CV or application. So, as per the list below, the way to beat the ATS is to use keywords, headings, file types, fonts, the use of job adverts, headers and footers, avoiding repetition, no charts or graphs, writing a bespoke CV, watching out for your spelling, using a chronological CV format, and using conservative and formal language. Keywords are key, and they can make or break your CV. At its core, an ATS will use them to determine whether you're worth shortlisting. Therefore, a CV with the correct keywords has a good chance of success, meaning it's vital that you try to mimic the exact language a recruiter uses in their job adverts. What are keywords? They are the words recruiters use in job adverts to describe the skills they want from an applicant. They represent the soft and hard skills that you possess and which they want or need. The key is to learn robot speak. As each industry has its own unique keywords, it's vital that you familiarise yourself with the requirements of the role and learn the language plus terminology used to advertise your dream job. Where to find keywords? Basically through keyword research, and this can be done through job adverts, online descriptions, job descriptions for the type of positions you want, company websites, industry related job portals, the trade press, career advice sites, as well as news stories related to your industry. All of these can be used to find those specific keywords that are required and necessary for your application. Types of keywords. Keywords can be used to describe your work experience, your skills, the job titles you've had in the past, the qualifications and certifications that you hold, the locations you've worked in, the languages you know, and the acronyms used to describe various organisations or companies. Keyword placement. The placement of keywords is also important. An ATS can determine the strength of your skills based on the number of times a term shows up in your CV and also its location or where it is in your CV. They can associate the length of experience for a skill based on how long you have held a particular job. For instance, if you worked at a company for 3 years and mentioned your skill or keyword in it, the ATS will assume that you have 3 years worth of relevant experience for that job. This is a very important point that should be noted. Keyword job titles. Sometimes recruiters use the job title to screen applicants. Therefore, it's always best practice to use formal job titles to describe your previous and present work experience. For example, a recruiter who advertises for an accounting clerk wants that. Calling yourself a bean counter in your CV will not get you past the ATS. You have to be very particular about this. Keyword acronyms. Always use full acronyms and titles, both of them in your application. Use both the long form and the acronym versions of keywords. Do not take any chances with these. An ATS will not know the difference between the full title of a company and its shortened acronym form. For instance, for an MBA, also use Master of Business Administration in your CV. Another tip is present acronyms in full capital letters, not anything else. Keywords conservative language. Use formal language throughout your CV. Use conventional headings like career objectives, work experience, education, skills, and avoid headings like what I've done in the past, places I've worked, what I'm good at. These are too casual for a formal document and job application. Avoid keyword stuffing. Do not go over the top with your keywords. Having too many can be bad and get you penalised. Avoid having a list of keywords on their own, i.e. in a column, which some people have done in the past, and unnecessarily repeating the same keywords over and over again. Ideally, you should aim to only use each keyword just once. Headings. Always use simple, standard section headings the ATS will recognise, like work experience, contact information, skills, education. Avoid eye-catching titles like what I've learned or what keeps me going. The golden rule is to use ones that the ATS can understand and avoid those ones that may confuse it. Also remember that an ATS works by scanning your CV for relevant keywords and then categorising them in relation to the headings and sections they're in. It's a very important point again to remember. File type. Play it safe and stick to a Word document in these formats. Below, .x and a normal doc document. Unless specifically asked for by the recruiter, avoid using PDFs, HTML files, OpenOffice, or Apple Pages. This is primarily because some older ATS systems may not be able to read these. Charts and graphs. An ATS can only scan written text. Therefore, do not include charts, graphs, watermarks, or logos, and tables and columns. An ATS can get tripped up by them and just see them as a garbled mess. While they may look nice to the human eye, bots will not appreciate the effort you've put into them. They also take up space that can be used for much better things. Fonts. An ATS is more likely to parse and store your CV if you use generic fonts like Times New Roman, Arial, and Calibri. Avoid unusual or fancy typefaces that it may incorrectly convert or be unable to read. As regards font size, 11 or 12 points is fine. Spelling. This applies to all CVs but is particularly important when it comes to an ATS. If you misspell a keyword, the ATS will not be able to read it and will probably ignore it. All of your hard work will be undone by a simple and easy to fix grammatical error. Also use proper capitalization and punctuations. Both of these again can affect how information is analysed. Finally, it's good practice to proofread and spell check your CV for any mistakes. Headers and footers. Don't put important information in the headers or footer section of your CV. Not all ATS systems can properly read and parse information in those parts of a Word document. Furthermore, try to use a flowing chronological format where everything flows in sequence. Bullet points. Stick to simple, solid circles and avoid using arrows or other intricate symbols for your bullet points. This again is because many ATS systems may not be able to read them, and even worse, could skip over the section completely. Finally, don't get lost in the applicant tracking system. Instead, use the points listed in this video to get found and be invited to that all-important interview. An ATS can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Like all relationships, the one between your CV and ATS will take a bit of effort to make it work, but with a little bit of TLC, the rewards can be great. I hope this guide helps you to prepare your CV, resume or cover letter. If you have found it useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.